Hello, everyone. It's episode 10 here, round two preview of the Northeast Conference. Commencing with the men, I have Tom O'Connor joining me today to provide his insights onto our games. And we'll start with the Myrtleford v Wangaratta men's game on Saturday. Tom, how's that shaping up?
Yeah, look, it's going to be really interesting. Bit of just looking through these games, Matt. Bit of rivalries without even calling it a rivalry round. Look, it'll be interesting to see how the new Wangaratta group goes against Myrtleford. Obviously, you've got a pretty established group with Myrtleford up there with Tyler Barker and Riley Booker with Marcus Laspina coming back in. So, be interesting to see how the battle of inside between Laspina and Tim Holden does go. Tim will carry a little bit more size, but I know Marcus is definitely going to have that strength over the top of him. So that'll be a closely watched matchup, I think, for that game.
And Wodonga has a nice short road trip across the border to Albury, crosstown rivals. How do we see that one going?
Yeah, it's Tom Crow versus Sam Webb's going to be huge. Sam Hawkins versus Lockie Harvey. Uh, cross border rivals, player movements. It's going to be red hot, and look for Wodonga to bounce back from last week and cement themselves with a win, get back towards the top of that table.
And Benalla get to host Mansfield this week, so 4th versus 6. Unfortunately, Benalla Stadium unavailable due to the floods that hit it last weekend, so that game has been moved to Shepparton. How do we see that one going?
Yeah, expect the Benalla crowd to still follow them over there and create the noise that they do make at the Benalla Indoor Sports Centre there. Probably see Eric Miraflores, Pat Marnie as a bit of a matchup. See Lockie Keego and hopefully Tom Downey in this week for Benalla. As a bit of a matchup, probably a size-wise, he's going to go with Benalla and expect them to exploit that. Would love to see Sam Becks get himself going. Started off pretty quiet last week. Obviously had the 13 points in that game, but expect him to get going with his little mid-range jump shots and utilise his bit of size that he does have.
And bottom of the table clash between Seymour and Wallen, because both teams had the rest last week. How does that one shape up?
It's a rival, Matt. There'll be no love lost between this game. Obviously, yeah, neither team's played, so might be a little bit rusty to start, but expect it to be close and some new faces within both groups. New coach, obviously at Wallen. It's going to be interesting to see how they shape up, and I can't wait, to be honest. As a player in this game, Matt, I can't wait to just get on the court and finally play and start off the season and have our crowd there, especially.
And it's a big game of hoops Saturday night. We've got 4 games, but it doesn't stop there. And on Sunday, Mansfield get to host Wangaratta. That's going to be a really nice, tight game. How do we see that one unfolding?
Yeah, you talk about it being close, and obviously these teams have had some battles across the past couple of seasons since Mansfield's entered. I expect it to be close again. You saw the results from last weekend, and both teams have improved, and just see it go to another level is going to be awesome.
And Benalla host Wodonga, so 4th v 5th, same thing. That's going to be played at Shepparton Stadium, so away from Benalla. That should be a pretty tight tussle as well.
Yeah, expect Lockie Harvey to take on the challenge of guarding Eric Miraflores, really trying to shut him out. It'd be interesting to see the depth of both teams backing up on a doubleheader. How deep can each team go into their bench and really rely on not so much younger bodies that are on the bench, but probably the less experienced in these games. Obviously, you look at the starting lineup of Benalla and Miraflores, Becks, Keego, Downey carry such an experience. For Wodonga, you've got Crow and Harvey that are going to obviously lead there, and Coach Hayden Kirkwood there is very experienced at the NBL 1 level. So expect the benches to get a little bit more of a run in this game, and expect it to be nice and close would be my call in this one.
And Wallen back up from Saturday night. They host Shepparton on Sunday. this is going to be another tight battle, we think.
Yeah, probably Luke Lees again and Nick Dodd will go at it here in this game. Ryan Philippi as well is going to be interesting in who gets that matchup. It's can't really split them too much right now on paper. And obviously Shepparton having the game already is going to give them a bit of probably lose a little bit of that rust, but it'll be interesting to see how Wallen fills out the stadium there and really gets behind their team and take on Shepparton.
And in the women, nothing better than starting round 2 with a grand final rematch between the crosstown rivals in the Albury Cougars and Wodonga Wolves. How do we see that one going?
As we spoke about last week, fortunate enough to see that battle live in the grand final, and I can tell you now they will fill that stadium at Lauren Jackson Sports Centre there, and this is going to be red hot. Rach Jeffrey is going to take an absolute charge, and it'll be great to see Tamika Coleman just do what she did again, try and roll out that 30 points. But expect some of the Wodonga girls just to have a bit of a chip on their shoulder from last year and try and send a message to the Albury Cougars, but to the rest of the conference too, that, hey, this is ours this year and no one else has taken it from us.
And our other game in the women's Saturday night is, again, Seymour taking on Wallen. Couple of transfers going in and out between both teams, so that rivalry is brewing even more.
Absolutely. Obviously, a core group for Seymour does come back, but you had a couple of Carly Cranston, who was a part of the Wallen side last year, and Nicola Stewart, 2 big outs from Wallen. It's be interesting to see how Liv Wood steps up to Nicola. But look for the likes of Maddie Ford to take this game on. It'll be interesting to see how the Seymour outfit does go with all these talented players coming in and new coach in Debbie Coulson there. I know she's very much looking forward to this game, has mentioned it to me, and I think she was ready for this game last weekend to be played, not so much this weekend. So it'll be really exciting.
And Sunday, Shepparton hit the road down to Wallen for Wallen's first home game. Again, that should be a pretty good battle down there.
Yeah, absolutely. 2 young groups playing against each other. Best thing for Wallen is you get to try and split your weekend or take 2 wins out of it. So their focus obviously will be on Saturday night, but you can't write off the Shepparton group. We talk about them being young, being a new group together. They've got that experience playing together now and having the game already. They're going to know how each other rolls, and it'll be going to be very tight down there in that game. See how the younger heads do play this game.
Certainly is. It's going to be a great weekend of basketball, and that's our round 2 preview of the Northeast Conference podcast. We look forward to seeing everyone in venue this week supporting their teams, but don't forget to tune in next week as we jump back on and we review what will be a spectacular round 2 CBL basketball in the Northeast Conference. So stay tuned.